Here we go then with some more F1 2021 and part 4 of Season 2 of my Immersive Driver Career Mode with Ferrari. Today we have got the MONACO Grand Prix, which is going to be a tough one. I did say this was going to be a sprint race, but unfortunately forgot to change the settings. So it will be 39 laps of MONACO, which is going to be tough going. The pace hasn't been too bad in practice, so I'm hoping that will be alright. The lap times seem a lot slower than last year, but hey, I'm not complaining. We are really struggling this season in terms of our pace, so if we can hopefully get 11th or 12th, I'll be really, really happy with that. But yeah, without further ado, let's see how we get on in qualifying. Right then, here we come up to the line. What's it going to be? Well, it's a 1:10.1. I don't know where that's come from, but that's second quickest at the moment behind Lewis Hamilton. Bottas has gone second now, but that is by far off best lap of the weekend and into the 1:10s now, which is awesome. In practice, I think the Mercedes were doing 1:09s, so you know there's more to come from them clearly. But Verstappen's just popped up above us, but could we be in contention for a Q3 spot today? I mean, that would be amazing if we could manage that.
Of fuel remaining.
Well, there you go then, comfortably through to Q2, only 10th and 11th. Maybe we were getting a bit excited, but on the pace of Charles Leclerc, which is very, very good. But look at Fernando Alonso, 1:09.1, and Kimi Raikkonen, a 1:09.9. He's up in 6th place as well. I tell you what, Alpine are up there this weekend. Vettel up there as well at P2 there, 1:09.5. But going out in Q1 then are Antonio Giovinazzi, Esteban Ocon, Nikita Mazepin, George Russell and Nicholas Latifi. Well, we come up to the line, hopefully getting a bit of a toe off Gasly, but only a 1:10.3 this time, which probably won't be enough. We're just behind Charles Leclerc at the moment. We have got an extra set of soft tyres that that's gonna be a problem. We've just lost our front wing, but still should have plenty of time to get round, get that fixed and get the new set of boots on. But for once we didn't have to use 2 sets of soft tyres to get through to Q2, so we actually do have another set in the bank. But yeah, Leclerc currently quickest, and quicker than Bottas and Perez at the moment. Well, here we come, up to the line then, another 10th of a second quicker, and well, we managed to get up to P8 in the end, and through to the third part of qualifying for the first time in our time at Ferrari, and what a time to find our best form here in MONACO. Still about a 10th of a second behind Charles Leclerc. We actually were a 10th off our Q1 time, but we've knocked out Max Verstappen, and that is quite a shocking top 10, because Verstappen and Raikkonen both out, Vettel's out as well, making it through. Gasly, both Ferraris, Fernando Alonso, Stroll up there as well. But 2 of the contenders, Verstappen and Raikkonen, are out in Q2. Well, first lap in Q3, only a 1:10.6, and that's a bit disappointing really. We are on the old softs from the start of Q2, so we do have 1 new set of boots to go on, but at least we've got a cycle lap in, and we need to go for everything on our second lap. Well, here we come then, 6.5 tenths quicker. Where's it going to put us? Looks like P6. Which is an awesome qualifying for us, and well, we've absolutely nailed that lap and pulled everything out of the car that we could have. We have had a couple of upgrades this weekend. I didn't show you at the start, but look at that.
Let's have a quick look at those who will be fronting the grid. Hamilton, Bottas and Daniel Ricciardo. Well, that wraps up qualifying, but don't worry, we'll be back tomorrow as we head into the Grand Prix.
So Lewis Hamilton takes pole, Bottas second, Ricciardo third, Perez finishes 4th. Leclerc just about outqualifies us in 5th, but that's by far our best qualifying performance of the season. Up in 6th, just behind our teammate. And hopefully we can get some good points for Ferrari. We've obviously had 2 DNFs in a row. Anything can happen at Monaco, and it usually does. So let's see how we get on in this year's Monaco Grand Prix.
Nelson Piquet once said that driving the Circuit de Monaco was like riding a bicycle around your living room. And it's not hard to see what he means by that. There's no more prestigious a Grand Prix victory than Monaco, but also none so challenging. We're on the French Riviera once more this weekend at the 2-mile-long Circuit de Monaco. The cars will climb around 40 metres up the hill, past the casino, and then descend downwards towards the harbour through Sector 2. It's a very short run from pole position to the first of the 19 corners at Saint-Devote. And don't expect to see much overtaking here today. It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. An immense lap from Lewis Hamilton yesterday puts him on pole position, and P2 goes to Daniel Ricciardo, a strong showing from the Australian. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Leclerc, the captain, Lando Norris, and Fernando Alonso, Stroll, Gasly, Raikkonen, and Valtteri Bottas. They've taken a grid penalty. Tsunoda, Perez, Mick Schumacher and Ocon, Mazepin, Latifi, Max Verstappen and Sebastian Vettel, Giovinazzi and George Russell ends our grid lineup. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
Well, quite a mixed up grid, actually. Obviously, we're starting well up the field now compared to what we thought we might, and that is exactly what we want. Starting P4 gives us a good chance to have a good race out there, so let's get out there without any further ado and see how we get on. We have got a part of the engine that is fairly worn.
Okay, go through all the gears if you can. We need to make sure the engagement is okay before the start. We're going to want to put some temperature into the tyres and brakes. We need to keep the engine cool though, so don't go too high with the revs.
Which means we may well get a problem, obviously, with the turbocharger exploding, the brand new turbocharger at that as well, exploding in the last episode. We've had to put race 1 and 2's turbocharger in, which is quite worn already, 64%. At the start of the weekend. Well, we've just made contact with Leclerc, so that is going to be the end of our formation lap, so let's skip to the lights. Here we go then. Lights out, away we go here in Monaco. It's a great start off the grid for Charles Leclerc and Lando Norris, in fact, and we do drop a couple of positions into the first corner, and somebody behind giving us a right old whack, and somehow we managed to get a warning about Fernando Alonso. So what happened here? We got off the grid very, very nicely, and Alonso, well, he's lost his front wing. Alonso tried to go around the outside, he's lost his front wing, so we've lost a couple of positions, but our former teammate has lost a lot more, and well, I'm going to use a flashback for that because we were just coming back from the replay and weren't necessarily concentrating there, but not a bad start.
There's been an incident on track, but
place.
officials aren't looking to push for a safety car right now. Just be careful.
But yeah, I am a little surprised that they've not gone for a safety car, and well, Alonso's going to do us a great job in holding up the field here. But we've got to try and get these tyre temps under control. There you have it, 73% on the turbocharger. We could well see that go today, but we're just looking to get some points. Well, you join me on lap 4 of this Grand Prix, still in 6th place. Pierre Gasly behind has actually retired from the session, and you can see we've got a decent gap to Bottas, mainly because of Fernando Alonso holding everybody back. But remember, Bottas and Raikkonen started outside the top 10. Bottas on the medium tyres as well, so he's going to go fairly far into the Grand Prix. So we're at a strategical disadvantage to those guys, but we will try our very best to stay in front of them. We're losing ground to Stroll and Norris up top. I think this is going to be the maximum we're going to get out of today's race, but we'll try our best to keep going, getting into that rhythm. Just haven't found the rhythm we had in qualifying just yet. Well, we come into the pits on lap 8, 3 laps earlier than we were hoping for. And oh, well, the team are changing the front wing. I personally didn't think there was any damage, but we might as well get it repaired while we're in.
Complete, go now.
We're away in 9.4 seconds, so we lose 6 seconds and essentially lose that time that Fernando Alonso gained us at the start of the race.
Now. Let's get some heat into those tyres.
We've come out right behind this group of cars. That includes Fernando Alonso. We're in fact right at the back of the field, but I felt like we needed the fresh rubber. Our tyres were going off the cliff, and maybe we can get a bit of an undercut on Bottas and Perez and Raikkonen, who were catching us up, but we are right behind Fernando Alonso. We're having a little look down the inside, and we are through immediately on Fernando. I have no idea how easy it is going to be to get through all of these guys. You would think very, very difficult, but with our pace advantage, we should be okay. Got a bit of a corner cut there, but should be alright. Well, we go down the inside of Raskas, and we are through on Antonio Giovinazzi. That is a great move. Well, down the inside of George Russell. And we are through, and now just behind Sebastian Vettel and Max Verstappen, who started well down the order. And if we can get past these guys, we're going to have some nice clean air that we can run into. Well, look at that. We go down the inside of Sebastian Vettel into Raskas now. And that is a crazy couple of moves that we've pulled off now. It shows the fresh rubber is giving us some great pace. Well, nice clean move on Max there. We're now up another position, just behind Nikita Mazepin. Oh, what a move on Nikita Mazepin. This has been a great display of risky overtaking so far. Wow, great move on Nicholas Latifi. And now back up into 12th place and in a bit of free air now. So hopefully that will be enough.
Charles is in for his stop
to get us going and hopefully undercut some of the soft tyre runners. Well, we passed Max there. Now we pass Sergio Perez. And now we're up into 11th place, just behind Mick Schumacher. And maybe we'll be able to make a move on him. Well, now we get past Mick Schumacher. And pushing on Esteban Ocon ahead. We're back into the points finally. Well, you join me now on lap 21 of this Grand Prix. Just over halfway through. We fought our way through the traffic. We're building a gap to Schumacher behind, 9.3 seconds, which will give us a decent gap to Perez, you feel. But, you know, we have been held up in that traffic for, well over 11 seconds according to Raikkonen ahead. He was right behind us as we came into the pits, as was Bottas. Obviously Bottas is a lot quicker than us anyway, but yeah, just a bit of a disaster really in terms of how much time we've lost. However, we are in 8th place. I don't see that changing for the rest of the Grand Prix, but I don't know if these tyres are going to last, if I'm honest with you. I'm trying to look after them as best I can. Well, we're on 29 of 39 in terms of the lap counter, and we're just sort of going about our own race. The tyres seem to have had a bit of a second wind really. We're going at a decent pace. Perez 5.5 seconds behind. I still think he's probably got one more stop in him. That was a little bit too slow around that corner. Tsunoda has come in fairly recently. He's on much newer medium tyres and is keeping pace with Perez. He's probably the biggest danger to us finishing 8th. As I say, I don't think we're going to have our eyes forward in this race, but you know, if there's a late safety car, dive into the pit lane, get some soft tyres. You never know.
Slow your pace immediately.
Well, Sergio Perez is out of the race. I'm not entirely sure what happened to him, but it certainly means that we can come in now and get things sorted. We can get a well, not a brand new, but a fairly new set of soft tyres on. And we're in. And we should come back in.
Release.
In 8th place. It looks like Tsunoda's in as well, so a couple of the guys making that sort of decision. That's Ocon behind.
That was our last stop. No more
but we're
scheduled
out
pit stops.
in front of him. So we got soft tyres on.
Okay, slow down. Your delta is negative, which means you are too fast. Reduce your pace.
But we're nearly a lap down here, which is absolutely crazy. I don't know if we're going to be able to catch the safety car queue and use these soft tyres to good effect, but we'll try our best. Luckily, we haven't lost anything. We're in 8th, so I think maybe Tsunoda and Perez had an incident. I don't know. You know, he had close to within about 2 seconds behind us. Unfortunately, by the time we got the news through, the replay camera had moved on, so he was already out of the race. But this is a late drama in Monaco. Apparently we had a collision with Ocon. I don't really see how that was so. We are about to lap Antonio Giovinazzi though. Is he going to get out of the way? Yes, he does. But yeah, these soft tyres not necessarily feeling as good as I thought they might. And that's Fernando Alonso as well, getting lapped by his teammate there. He will be absolutely thrilled at that. But there we go. We're back through. Now then, what sort of impact can we make here? 3 laps to go. Probably not as much as you might think. Well, we go down the inside of Kimi Räikkönen on the final lap of the race, and we are through up to 7th position. And it's another great move. And you have to say, we have made it work today at Monaco. We've returned to some sort of form.
Okay, clear.
There is some yellow flags. I'm not entirely sure what's happened. George Russell is out. But it's going to be Lewis Hamilton that's come round to win the Monaco Grand Prix. We're not going to manage to get ahead of Bottas before the end, but we come up to the line. We're going to finish in 7th position, and I think we can be really, really happy with that.
That's the end of the race.
Ooh, that was a tough one.
It's the one that everyone wants to win, and they've only gone and done it. What a fantastic result here at Monaco. Anthony, tell me, what was it that helped them achieve this success?
Well, the safety car completely changed the race, didn't it? It's hard to say exactly what would have happened without it, but there's no question that they came out of that situation in a good position.
Mercedes are on top form once again after an excellent race weekend. It's great to see them up on that podium once again. And after this round of the World Championship, here's how things look in the drivers' table. After an incredible performance, Lewis Hamilton secures the top spot in the Drivers' Championship. Some amazing talent out on the track today, but Anthony, who would you pick as your driver of the day?
I have to say Sebastian Vettel certainly caught my eye during today's race. Incredible driving.
It's time to check out the constructors' standings. Mercedes continue to extend their lead. Meanwhile, Ferrari have improved their position. A strong weekend from them as they fight their way towards the top. I'm equal parts exhausted and elated with this weekend of Formula One. Be sure to join us for the next one.
Well, I think we've got to be really happy with 7th, with how our season's gone so far. The fact we needed a front wing change in the pit stops, you know, I think that possibly, well, it did cost us valuable time because we, you know, on the medium tyre we were showing pretty good pace, but we were caught behind the traffic and we had to pull off some amazing overtakes today. But we did manage it, and you know, we came in 7th position, a good overtake on the last lap on Kimi there, and I'm really, really happy with that. Around Monaco, I was dreading it, I really was, and hopefully that gives us the boost we need going into Baku, into France, Canada, all those sort of circuits where we did fairly well last season. So I'm really excited and expecting again. But look at that, Charles Leclerc finishing 3rd, brilliant result for him at his home Grand Prix. And yeah, we brought home a double points finish today. So that means in the standings we're still 14th, fairly low, but you know, I think we can crack into the top 10 very, very shortly now. But Lewis Hamilton leading the way at the top of the standings, 16 points ahead of Bottas. Perez ahead of Verstappen at the moment, which is all very interesting. Stroll well ahead of Sebastian Vettel. Constructors, Mercedes, Red Bull, McLaren, then Aston Martin. We're in 5th, AlphaTauri and Alpine 6th and 7th. I mean, Alpine will be very disappointed with their start to the season, considering they've probably got the 2nd quickest car at the moment on paper. So we will see what happens. But there you have it. If you have enjoyed it, give it a big thumbs up down below. Subscribe for more F1 content. And I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching and goodbye.